Hello. Whoop. Gotta put up my mic a little bit. Hello. Test. Oh, there we go. Much better, right? Hi. Hello and welcome to another Saturday. This is a Pixel Geek live stream. I'm your host, Nelson. Thank you for joining me. We're here. We made it to another weekend. Proud of you. Yeah. What has been happening this last week? Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to say hello to everyone who's in the live chat right now. If you're in the live chat, let me know. Let me know where you are watching this stream from. I know it's probably from a desk or from a couch or whatever, but I'm talking about your location, like represent. Where are you from? Penny is the first one in the door. Welcome, Penny. And while I'm waiting for everyone to get into the live chat, Penny reminds me I have to say thank you to our community members. So, I need to move those up. Hold on. There's been some changes. Let me move this and this up. Live fixing. Oh, wait. Do I have a lock on it? Hold, please. There we go. This one and this one. Move it up. There we go. Cool. And then we lock it down. Wait, no, not that one. Lock it. There we go. Cool. So I want to say hello to the Pixel Pros, Sonia, Shane, and Yasuyuki. Thank you so much. Pixel Geeks, Austin H, Christian, Vincent, Declan, John, Alicia, Jake, Jeremy, Penny, Ash, Dalvin, Johnny, Susan, Art, Christian, Brian, Kate, Martin, Jeremy, and Mackenzie Child. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to support this stream and join the community, head over to pixelgeek.community, sign up, and your name will be here. And and speaking of these wonderful members, if you are a member, every third Saturday, every third Saturday, I do not do a public stream. I meet up with the community and we have a private session where, we just share what we're working on, get help from each other, and have deep conversations, about life, career, and all the things. So yeah, if you want to join and be part of this, I never know where to point. There we go. Of this community, go to pixelgeek.community. So who's in the door? Jake. Yes, Jake, wonderful live stream producer. He is here to help out. Thank you so much, Jake. Rose is here. Ripple Effect is back. Rashid, welcome. Barry from the UK. Eli is back. Jonelle Smith, ready for this one, tuning in from Montreal. Welcome. And if you are the type that does what the kids call a lurker, that's totally fine. As long as you're getting some value out of these streams and learning, cool. If you're watching a recording of this, welcome as well. I still see you. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. All right, on to morning announcements. Yes, here we go. Okay, there we go. It worked. Every time I'm about to press that button, I'm like, oh, is it gonna work? All right. So, in the past week, I completed the Pixel Geek Visual Dev course. This is something I've been working on for a long time. I had 2 students, and it was super stressful to set up, to market, and then to actually make it happen. But towards the middle of this week, I was like, okay, I get it now. I feel good. These 2 gentlemen right here, Scott Citron and Scott Vrooman, they were my first 2 students, and they enjoyed it. And the feedback that they gave me on the last day, I will keep with me forever. If they fill out that survey and put the feedback there as well. But when they were telling me this feedback, I was like, It was worth it. It was so worth it. All I think it was since August or something when I had this idea, and just making it happen all the way to now. Uh, all that time and energy wasn't wasted. It was worth it. Two people feel more confident about themselves. They are both mainly graphic designers getting into the web space, and web is so confusing. And like I was telling them during the course, here, let me get one of the scratch papers that I. There we go. Yeah. So like imagine you're a graphic designer. When you are a graphic designer, you think, all right, I'm about to make something. What are the specs? Is it a letter? Is it a letterhead? Like it's a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, or is it a billboard? Is it a business card? Like what is it? But when it comes to responsive design, when it comes to web design, there's no such thing as dimensions because there's no such thing as one screen size. So we have to do everything where you're telling a graphic designer, okay, take your design and then do this. Stretch and pull it. And you'll never know what the end result is for the user. So letting go of that is tough for graphic designers, but these two gentlemen, they took it in stride and they finished the course. So proud of them. And if you're in here, Scott, any of the Scotts, let me know in the live chat. I appreciate both of you. Let me see here. Okay, hello from Dubai. Osama from Dubai. Welcome. Two people from France. Oh, Eunice is back. Nice. Welcome, Eunice. And Pierre Jean. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, Penny's from Toronto. Oh, yes. Yes, cool. Eli's from Florida. Very nice. All right. So, yeah, the visual dev course is done. I learned a lot about how to market in funnels and whatnot. I didn't do so well as I set a goal for 15 students, but it was still successful because I didn't get zero. And it's still successful because at the end of the day, these two gentlemen are on a path to becoming more successful in building websites, using their graphic design knowledge and putting it into the web. It's just so beautiful to watch. So, yeah, a lot of lessons learned. All right, what's next? Oh, yes. Jose from Mexico, welcome. All right, let me go on my screen again. All right, so speaking of the Pixel Geek community website, this is the current homepage, and I'm going to be real and honest right now. When I first started this, I wanted to do too much. I wanted to do everything. I wanted to have a community site that also had all these tutorial videos about no code, everything no code in different languages, and also get people to link their donation links, like to PayPal or to buy me a coffee or Patreon or something like that. So directing people to those new creators. And I also wanted to do some sort of some sort of job board, and then somehow sell no code templates and components in it. And I had so many ideas and I stressed myself out so much. It made me so stressed out and took up so much of my time. So now that I've learned from August to now, I learned what I need to do more of, and it's focus. Focus on the small first. I was going too big and not really of a focus. And so now I know what the focus is. The focus is the Pixel Geek community will just be a chat board and a mentorship program. And because of that, I found a wonderful, very simple Webflow template, and I started to put some content in it to see if it feels right, and it does. So here's the current one, and here's the one I'm working on right now. It's simple. It's more focused. And so I have one of my Pixel Geek team members, Melissa, who's helping me write the copy for this, because right now it's a a architecture template, but I'm like, I love the design, I love the simplicity. I'm going for this. So obviously this content is not for the Pixel Geek community, just the ones at the top. But when I added our tagline, I was like, yes, this is it. And then I added the next line. I was like, this is feeling good. And then I added this video in place of the hero image that was part of the template. And I told Jake, I'm having a moment of clarity right now. This is it. This is where we need to go. So we're making it more focused. It's a mentorship program and a chat board. Nothing else. All my other ideas, I'm shelving it and doing it later because I want to focus on what's making this community work right now, which is the community. All right. So yeah. What else? What else? Penny, it was successful because you set a goal and you did it. Yes. Actually, Penny, a week before the course, I was really stressed out and I told my wife, you know what? No, I'm not ready. I don't think I can do this. I'm just going to cancel. I'm just going to cancel this and refund the money to these two students because I don't think they're going to come in and they're going to be like, oh, this is not worth the money. Like, why am I even here? And I had all these moments of doubt. And my wife said, no, you do it. You still do it. They signed up for a reason and you give them that value. All right. They signed up with you for a reason. So do it. Don't quit. And I didn't quit. And I did it. So yes, it was successful. No matter what. Next thing. Oh, okay. So yeah. Now let's go and get into the tutorial for the day. All right. And speaking of tutorials, if you have a tutorial or a live stream topic that you want me to cover in the future, please go to pxlgk.com/ideas. Jake will put the link in the live chat room, but you can submit that form and we'll put it gets automatically added to our list, and Jake and I will look over it and see if, if it's appropriate for a live stream or a tutorial. All right, so today, what are we doing? We're pinning a video. No. Oh, there we go. So, Andrea Gomez, he wrote a week ago, hi, good afternoon. I want to see if there's a chance to recreate stonebrewing.com's blog page in Webflow. Thanks. And I took a look at it, and thanks again, Andrea Gomez. So I took a look at their blog page, and yeah, it's pretty cool. You have the latest one that's like let's see here, probably a 2x2. It's taking up 2x2, 2 columns, 2 rows. And then you have this that is 1x2, and then 1x1, 1x1, and then all the other ones just go 1x1 in a 4-column row. All right. So, how would you do this in Webflow? I will show you that right now. HG is back. Junio is back. Yes. Welcome. All right. You got here just in time. We're starting the tutorial right now. Blank page. No collections. Nothing. We're starting from scratch. Here we go. So how would you do that type of design? So first I would create the collection. So we're going to go to collections, create one, and let's just take a template. We'll just do blog posts. Super simple. All right, blog posts, create collection, and we'll add 20 sample items. Let it run. And there we go. BCA is back in the chat room. Welcome back. All right. And then, oh wait, I have to turn on this. Boop. Okay. And turn this on. All right. Cool. Okay, so we have our blog posts. And if you look inside of each blog post, it's just lorem ipsum, stock photos, random colors. Right? Cool. So now that we're done creating our collection, let's start designing the page. Okay, so here's how I would tackle it. Now, some of you might have a different way. If so, when I'm done with this tutorial, please tell me the more modern way, because maybe this is old school already. All right, so here we go. First, I'm going to add a section, and in the section, I'm going to add a div block. Okay, so we have the section and a div block, and this div block, I'm going to call it container. And the container, I'm going to set a max width of 1140 with margin auto on both sides. So that centers it. There we go. And because I don't want this to be hitting the very top, let's just add some padding to the top just right now of this section. And now in here, here's the trick, okay? We're going to add 1, 2, 3. We're going to add 4 collections, okay? And so the first collection is going to be for the first one. The second collection is going to be the second one. The third is going to be the third and fourth blog post. And the fourth is going to be all the other blog posts. All right? So let's add a grid. All right, so we have a grid. Let's remove the gaps right here. So I'm going to lock it down and say the gap here on columns and rows is going to be 0. And we're done with our grid. No, we're not. We need a 4-column grid. My apologies. There we go. So a 4-column grid. And let's see here. So the first blog post is going to go in here. The second one's going to go in here. Third and fourth. So that means we need another row for all the other blog posts. And they're going to go in here. Okay. And done. All right, let's drag in a collection list for our first blog post. So I'm going to go here, double click to connect to a collection, blog posts. Now we don't want all of the blog posts. We just want one. We want the most latest one to go in here. So what I'm going to do is in the element settings right here, scroll down, and for limit items, I'm going to show only one. And we're going to start at the first one. Okay. And press enter. There we go. Now I want this to span 2 columns and 2 rows. So I'm going to take this collection list wrapper right here. And now we have this handle, this blue handle. I'm going to drag it. And there we go. Now it takes up the whole spot. Now you might be thinking, okay, how come you have this line? Well, it's because I didn't really add any design to it. There's no CSS to this. So let's go ahead and start adding the CSS. For this collection item, actually, let's see here. Do I have to set a height? Okay, yeah, I think I have to set a height for all of these rows. Because if you look at this, I feel like they have all the same height. Each row has the same height. So I'm just going to throw a number out there. 300, 400 for the height. Let's try it. So I'm going to edit the grid. And notice how all of these say auto. I can click on that and say 400 pixels. And that's the height of this row. Ooh, that seems too tall. Is it? 200? Okay, we'll say 200. And that'll do the same thing for the second row, 200. And then for the last row, I'm going to say 200 as well. All right, that looks pretty good. Done. And now for this collection list wrapper, let's see here, where's this collection list? Okay, so the collection list wrapper, yeah, we need to set this to a height of 100%. Let me just double check. Let me set this to 100% as well. If this works, then I'll explain what's happening. Cool, it worked. All right, so whenever you put a height of 100%, what this means is that you're telling this div, hey, I want you to be 100% height of your parent. Now, if the parent of this element has a height set to auto, then this trick won't work. But since this has a height of 100%, it's also saying, hey, what's my parent's height? And this one has a 100%. And this is also saying, what's my parent's height? And so if I go to this grid and then go to this row, it's saying, oh, my height is 200 pixels. And so that's where the height is coming from. Obviously, this big box isn't 200 pixels. It's 400, but each row is 200. So 200 plus 200, boom, got it. All right, so that's how I get the height. And also, if I'm missing any questions, don't worry. Jake will jot it down for me, and I'll get to it later. All right, so we have these two. And let's go ahead and make a card design. So I'm going to Command E. Let's put a link block. And this link block, we're going to call it card. And this will take up the whole width. So I'm going to do display block right here. It takes up the whole width of the parent. And then the height, 100% of its parent. And let's go ahead and add some sort of background color to it. Leave purple. Cool. So we'll get that color, and there we go. Oh wait, why am I putting color? I need a background image. Sorry. Let me go here. And from this element settings panel, I can set a background image that pulls from the blog post collection. There we go. And then back on the styles panel, I can go ahead and set the background styles. So I'm going to set this to background, cover, center, no repeat. All right. And let's also put some text on top of this. So I'm going to make this flex. And when I make it flex, I want content to be on the bottom right. So the text will be on the bottom right. But also, I don't want the text to hit the very edge. So what I'm going to do is hold Shift and change my padding. And there we go. And let's also change the color of the text to be white. No underline. And we'll give it a font size of 24 pixels and a line height of 1.3 dash. Let's add text inside. And this text will be pulled from the name of the blog post. And there we go. We have our first one done. And since we're just going to rinse and repeat this same design, we don't have to recreate it. We're just going to copy this collection list wrapper and paste it. Okay? And now I can take this collection list wrapper, the second one, and then just drag this as a 2x1. And because I want this to start from the second blog post, I can right here. So this one's going to start at 2. Rinse and repeat for 3 and 4. So copy paste. There we go. And so this is going to, this takes up both. And now here's a trick. Like, how do we make this 2 columns? Okay, how do we make it show 2 things? So I'm going to make this start at 3, but show 2 items. Okay. And now for this, what I need to do is take this collection list. Sorry. I need to take this collection list and give it a style of grid. So I can have that 2-column look. So collection list, give it a combo class of 2-column. Give it a class of grid, a display of grid. Set my gap to 0, 0. Remove that second row. And there we go. Now I'm looking at this, and these font sizes are way too big. So let me make this card and call it small. And let's make that smaller, like 18 pixels. There we go. Now, last thing I need to do is copy and paste this again. But this time, for this collection list wrapper, I'm going to drag that to 4 columns. And I'm going to set this collection list to 4 columns. So let's duplicate this class and call it 4col. Change the edit the grid to be 4 columns. And then lastly, we just start at number 5 and we show whatever's left. So we're going to say the last 100. And so let me add some padding to the bottom of this. There we go. And we have our custom. Whoa, how come it's stopping there? Hold on. I think, oh, I gotta fix my grid style. Yeah, I didn't add my height to the auto-generated ones. So 200 pixels, the auto-generated rows. Hello? Oh, I need to add a height to this. Oh. What? That's interesting. Okay. For each of these rows, I need to set a height of 200 pixels. There we go. And again, if I go too fast on any of these steps, please let me know. Ask a question, and I don't mind answering it and going back to help you understand how to do this. Now I'm confused. What? Why is... Why? Why does this section end here and this... What? Oh, okay. So maybe this shouldn't even be in the grid. Let me throw this outside of the grid. So this grid, let's delete one. There we go. So what I did was, let me see here. This section, yep, it goes all the way down. All right, so what was happening is this grid, I didn't need a third row. And because the third row was being set to 200 pixels, I was forcing this last collection list wrapper to be only 200 pixels high. But because it's taller than 200 pixels, it was overflowing the end of the section. So the section was saying, hey, my children are only this tall. But then I have this one other child that is like going all over the place. But I'm going to ignore him or her. So I made this child, it's a sibling of this grid rather than a child. And so now they're playing nicely because this has its own set of heights. Rather this one is has its own set of heights. Let me know if you want me to go into this deeper. But yeah. Yeah, does that make sense? And let me be right back. I need to go to the restroom real quick. But talk amongst yourselves or something. Here, let me put the music on. BRB. Okay, I'm back. All right. So, any questions with that? I mean, with this trick where you add multiple collections, that's basically what the trick is. When you add multiple collections, that's that's how you can create different types of blog layouts. Okay, so just to recap what I did, if you take a collection list wrapper, you can limit what's being shown. Okay, so how many do you want to show, and which CMS item do you want to start at? And by default, the sorting order, even though if you don't set one, Webflow's default sorting order is the newest one will show up first. Okay, so that's, hold on. So that's how you do this trick. And so you can start. Oh, Jose, thanks for the coffee. Thank you so much for the coffee, Jose. So you can limit the items to 1, and you can do that as the first one. And this is what some people do too, if like you sort by like featured post first. And as you see here, there is a switch for is this featured, and you can sort by that and have the featured one showing up first. So for example, if I go like this one's featured. Actually, let's not make the first one featured. Let's make this one featured. So now we have 14 misconceptions is going to be featured. So what I'm going to do is save and say filter, where is the feature set to on? Yes. And sort order should be featured on first. Oh, okay, so I guess that one's first. Okay, so this one is set to featured, and what's really cool, because this this main design is being used everywhere. If I add like a little tag, like let's go ahead and make a little tag at the top right. So I'm gonna set this to relative. Let's make a little tag, text block, and say featured post. We'll set this to position absolute to the top right. Push it away from the top and bottom by like 8 pixels. All caps. And set this to like 12. Give it some padding on all sides. A little bit more. Like that. Give it a background color of... It seems very Christmassy. Something like that. Round the edges by like 3. And there you go. So this has a tag. This has a tag while others don't. And so people know that, hey, this is a featured post. Okay, cool. I don't know if it looks good there. Let's put it here. Okay, yeah. So something like that, you know? If you want to try, if you want me to show you how to do, if you want me to show you how to do different types of layouts right now with this same trick, post a link without the dots in their URL. So if it's like example.com, it would be example space com. And then Jake will note it to me. Yeah, so if you want anything else demoed, or if you have any other questions, let me know. I mean, this simple is relative, but to me, this is a nice, simple trick to help you create different types of blog post list pages. Oh, but one thing to note, this is very important. There is a limitation, right? So notice how I added 4 collection list wrappers or collection lists on the page. Okay, so if you look here, let me close this up. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now Webflow doesn't tell you this until you hit the limit. So there is a limit. If you take this, and if you have 20 collection list wrappers, if you try to add another, Webflow will say no, you can only have 20. Okay, so watch what happens. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay? So that's the limitation. If you're trying to do something really crazy, just know there is a limitation of 20 collection list wrappers on one page. This is just on one single page. This is not collection list wrapper limit across all pages of your project. No, this is just on one page. Okay? So make a note of that for your design. If you're making your wireframes or something and you're planning out your structure because you want some cool, crazy collection list, make sure you know that that's coming up. Let's see here. Arturo. Oh my God, this is exactly what I was looking for a new project. That's what I'm working on. As always, you're the best. Oh, cool. Good timing. I mean, it's a relatively simple trick, and let me know what you what you come up with. I would love to see the link to your site. Akut is back. Welcome. Jake, one nested collection list per page. Oh yeah, there's that limitation too. I'm not gonna go into nested collection lists, but yeah, there's all these limitations. I have a YouTube video talking about all these limitations, and I'm constantly updating a Notion doc about Webflow limitations. The limitations that some people don't realize, or it's not widely known. So it's out there on my YouTube channel. Yeah. So that's collection lists. That's blog post lists and how to make it cool. It could. By the way, if you need an idea for CMS, why don't you make a CMS style variants guide? So you have a drop down list and you can select styles or entire page styles. Ooh, that'd be interesting. And again, this is what I'm waiting for Webflow. Me and a lot of other Webflow fans. Let me look for it. I'm on the wish list right now. Let me look for it. There it is. Yeah. Here it is. Component marketplace. Templates are great, but wouldn't it be awesome if the template marketplace on Webflow had a section with individual elements that you can clone and use within your site without having to start a new site to get a feature? For example, individual blog post container. This will save a lot of time. So this is like, but not only this, like component marketplace, like what would happen if you can sell things like a better accordion or blog post layout, and you can just click on this and then just see how it says layouts right here. That would be so cool to have like not only pre-built layouts, but like your purchased layouts. Like, okay, so FYI, I don't know what's happening as far as future features. And if I did, I couldn't say anything, obviously. But this is just my dream. Just like any other Webflow fan. Wouldn't it be cool if you had purchased layouts and you can just drag that in right here? And so you don't have to go through what I just showed you. Ooh, that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool. I want this to happen. Like yesterday. As with every other Webflow fan. They're like, oh, I want it. And so when I saw someone tweet this out, I was like, yo, oh, here we go. This is going to be great. So one day they're looking into it. In the process of planning a community-powered component ecosystem. Oh. That'd be so cool. All right. Let's see here. By the way, Pixel Geek, can we talk later? I have something to tell you. There's something I've been working on recently, and once you hear it, it'll blow your mind. Okay, I'll take your I'll take up on your offer. Like, yeah. So, why don't you do this? Record a video with Loom and DM it to me, and I'll check it out. All right. So, if there's no other questions on this tutorial, I actually want to just do one more thing. You know, let's go on a bonus round with this. Let's make. Let's see here. Yeah, let's make this. Let's make this interaction happen. So when you hover over anywhere in the blog post link, you have a second piece of content show up and then an arrow. Ooh, and the arrow goes away on hover. So it's like, meow. So it comes in here. Meow. Okay, remember when you're doing interactions, make sound effects. It makes everything much better. All right. Akut, yes, DM it over Twitter, please. Meow. All right, so let's do this. All right. So how do we do this? How do we do this? How do we do this? Okay. Jared, you're goated. Goated? Is that greatest of all time? Is that what that means? Again, I'm getting old. Hello. But like, here's how old I am. I made a webpage on Webflow. HowoldaMI.com. Or no, not .com. HowoldaMI.webflow.io. Just to remind me. And I added that meme background. So there's all these internet meme terms, lingo, or whatever, and I'm like, I can't keep up. So if that's what goated means, thank you. I appreciate you. All right, back to this. I didn't know there's a goat emoji in YouTube. How am I gonna do this? I need to. Let me see here. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do. Is it... Do I play on hover? Do I play with... I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out just by looking at it. Because at first I was thinking, do I add a padding bottom and just animate that? Because you can animate padding. But that doesn't make... I don't know if that makes sense. Because look at the word philosophy. So that, to me, that shows that when the philosophy gets cut off like that, it's just the text that's being pushed down. And it's being pushed down to the point where there's probably a wrapper around this text that has an overflow of hidden. And that's how it's doing that effect. Man, I thought it was going to be easy. So, again, go like that. And then the arrow comes in, and the arrow has its own... Oh, man. Because there could be some times when a blog post is only... There it goes. That's what I'm talking about. There can be times when a blog post only has one line. What are they doing? Why is this confusing me all of a sudden? Well, let's just do something. Rather than just staring at it forever, do something. All right, so my first thing is let's remove the padding on here. Wait, should I be removing the padding? Or no, I shouldn't be removing the padding. Okay. Let me add a div block. All right, I'm just gonna freestyle right now, and just if I figure it out, then I'll explain. So we have that div block, and it's on the child. Joseph is here. Can't wait to see this. Getting an element to leave during an animation in a different location than it enters is baffling me. I'm getting baffled right now. Baffling. I put the wrong text block. There it goes. So that one. Okay, so that, and then we have another text block, And this one we're gonna pull from post summary. Ugh, it's too much words. Do not like. Do not like. All right, I'll just make up a word. Space. Of course, I would do that, right? All right, so I have space there, and this is like the small text, and let's just make it no too small. We'll do 16, and we'll make this a serif. Boop. All right, and there we go. And let's push it back a little. Boop. There we go. All right, so we have that, and then we have to have some sort of arrow, and let's just put a caret for now. Nope, not that. We're just going to put a caret, so another text block. And this one is going to be a caret. Or we'll just do that. It's an arrow. It looks ugly. Deal with it. They have a div in which is relative, overflow hidden, flex down left. Okay, so yeah. In that, two more divs. The top div has the text and title, and that arrow and the text which comes up. Initial state is that the bottom one is moved down and the other one is visible. On hover, it goes up. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because there's only one. There's only and so all I have. Oh yeah. Thank you, Akut. Yeah. So what he's talking about is this word and the arrow. We're gonna call this arrow. Is in a div. And so this div block. And so what is happening is this right here, this div block is actually, let me see here. Let me set this to overflow hidden and let me test my theory out without interactions. This is how I test out my animations before ever going into interactions. I use the styles panel and try it out right here. And so if I do this, okay. If I move this down, this other text doesn't move down. So I'm not sure that's the answer. It could be margin. Not margin. Is it margin bottom? But then margin bottom pushes everything down. Wait, how come? What? Why is everything moving? And then if I scroll up, it's only this moving. Ugh, that's confusing. Can you animate margin in interactions? I've never done that. Let's see here. So I'm going to animate margin. So let's say negative 100%. Ugh. Why did it do that? Okay, is this supposed to be pixels? Okay, we'll try pixels then. So I'm going to go like down. So 52. Webflow's drunk. Okay, so 52. And then on hover, it should go back to 0. So that's my theory. Let me go into interactions and see. Is there such thing? Mouse hover, on hover, start animation, take this div block. No, you can't. You can't. With JavaScript, yeah, the Webflow, no again. This is why I'm making my own Webflow soon. Okay. Webflow was an idea ever since I think it was like 2007 or something like that in Vlad's mind. So good luck. You know, like start now. Start now. I'm not saying that like you shouldn't do it, but like start now, but don't expect to it took him what 4 tries and over over 10 years to get where it is right now. So like start now. Go for it. All right, so this doesn't work. So let me delete it. So what Akut is saying is this is possible to do the whole margin, negative margin animation. This is possible with JavaScript. I think it's actually possible with just CSS. Let me try this. All right, so I'm just freestyling. I'm way off the actual topic. But here we go. Let me add a transition real quick for. See, you can have transitions here, CSS transitions with the margins, but not on interactions. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna add some custom code. Let's see if this works. Style. So what I want is dot card. So when I hover over card, I want to find the child of div block with the name of div block 2, and I want the margin Jake says they may be doing it with max height. Well, let's try this real quick. Margin bottom of of 0 pixels. Save and close. But the start of this should be negative 52 pixels. Bah. Wait, that's a sheep, not a goat. Well, it's kind of like a goat. Yeah, right? I don't know my animals. Boom. Got it. So what did I do? I said, look for the class name of hover. Or sorry, class name of card. When I hover on this, look inside, look for a child of card called div block 2. I mean, I can rename that, yeah. And simply change the margin bottom to 0. That's all I did with the CSS code. Oh, Jake, goats scream. Okay, I'm not going to scream. All right. And then with this div block 2, what I did was I set its starting position to be negative 52 pixels margin bottom. And I set the transition, the animation, to be 200 milliseconds for margin bottom. And so I get this. Boom. Now that I learned that, let's make the arrow animated. Okay. So I have arrow. Hold on, let me rename this. This is bugging me. This shouldn't be div block 2. This should be like category label row thing. Oh. That's a better name for it. Let me change this. Cool. Still works. Good to go. Nice. All right. So I'm going to use interactions. I'm going to use ripple effect. Can it not be done with hover state but a no animation? Yeah, so that's what I just did. It's a hover state. Yeah, the card hover, but it's with code. Akut, by the way, Pixel Geek, I suggest you GIF recording software so you can record in seconds and play frame for frame with arrow keys. Well, also, I think if you do the bottom margin with 0%, it's responsive. 100%, it'll be responsive. Okay, I'll try that later. But for now, I'm on a roll. Let's do this. All right, so we have this card, and I want to set an element trigger to it. So on mouse hover, I'm going to start animation. Just use the same timeline. We'll say card hover on. And this is when this arrow is going to move. So its initial position, its initial state is going to be, we're going to move it to the left a bit. Yeah, something like that. And then when I hover, I want this to have an ease out quart and go back to its original position. Save, and then on hover out, I'm going to duplicate this, hover out, and this arrow is only going to have one action, and it's not going to move to 0% or 0 pixels. It's going to move all the way to the right. Where is it? Can't see it. Children of this class. How come it's not? I don't know if it's working. I doubt it's working. Well, let's see here. That worked. Oh, okay, it did work. Ooh, that was weird. Oh, I have to reset where the arrow goes. Hold on. Is my... Can you see? Oh, sorry. My webcam keeps... Why does everything move down? That's weird. Anyways, okay. So I need this hover out to move it and then move back to its original position. Hold on. I need to find what the original is. Negative 65 pixels. And again, I know I'm going fast for some of you, so please don't hesitate to ask questions. I don't mind going back and explaining what I'm doing. That's the whole point of these, just to show you what's possible and then go back and show you, okay, here's step by step what's going through my head. This is why I live stream, to help you all out. All right. So what I'm doing right here is I'm telling the arrow to go move off of the page or move out of the row, and then very quickly go back to its original spot, which is negative 65 pixels. So it's all the way to the left again. But we do that in 0 seconds. So we just say move and then reset. All right. So it's moving and it's taking 0.5 seconds to move. Duration is 0.5 seconds right here. And then to reset, we tell it to do that immediately with 0 seconds. All right, so let's save and see if it works. There we go. Cool. So, yeah, that was fun. So I can just take this. Let's take this and delete, paste. Delete, paste, and lastly, I'm just replacing it. So take this, delete, paste, and there we go. Let's see how we did. Oh, I need to add the interaction to all of them. So here's a cool feature of Webflow and interactions. Instead of setting the element trigger just for that one element, I can set it to all the classes with card. Boom! I did it. Challenge X. Oh, what? What is that? What is that? Why is that? See, I'm not the GOAT. Not a goat. A baby goat. Does that count? I'm a baby goat, where it's like, or I'm the fainting goat, where I tried, and then now I'm like, eh. All right. Joseph, I hope you like that one. Dimitri is here. Welcome back. Nelson, you did without custom CSS. Just use transform, move down for your div block and the title and the elements. So the problem with using Webflow interactions to move things down using transform is that it makes the elements move as if they're in position relative, like they're floating. And so you'll never know how tall or small, or how tall or short text is going to be. It could have 1 line, 2 lines, or 3 lines. Yeah. Penny, can you slow down the text sliding down so we see the arrow move right? How do you do a delay? How do you do a CSS animation delay? I think there is a code, but how do you delay it just for mouse hover out? CSS animation delay for hover out. Is there such thing? CSS tricks. Right? Wait. You can set transitions on both states like this. Yeah, but what if I want... We can do that, Nelson. Set a delay at no hover stat, and at hover, set the delay at 0. You can do it. What? You can? What is this? What? Just deactivate delay for hover on. Okay, hold on. I think it's getting to me. CSS animation delay. What is the code? No. What is the code? Okay. Okay, animation delay. 2 seconds. Got it. Simple. Easy. Okay, so you're saying that the card should have some sort of animation delay. We'll say 1 second. Wait. Just deactivate. What? Okay, it backwards? Wait a minute. What? What is this? Like this? Like this? No. That didn't work. Transition delay. Oh. Thank you. That makes more sense. Transition delay. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Wait, hold on. Let me scroll down. I see no delay happening. What? Make it for the combo class. Oh, okay. Okay. For this. For the cat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Does that make sense? I think. Oh, I'm learning. Oh, I think it worked. Oh, hey. Okay. Okay. So, when you add a transition delay on the normal state, meaning it's not being hovered on, it's just like, the normal state, you're telling the computer, hey, when a hover happens, hold on, wait however many seconds you put. So wait 1 second. All right. Oh no, that's backwards. I'm explaining it backwards. Wow. Never mind. How do I explain this? It makes sense in my head. Everyone else, you understand, right? You understand what's happening, right? So, yeah. So, if I preview, yeah. Cool. A-Cut for the win. If anything, he's the GOAT, not me. I made that entirely up. Good to know it works. You were like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm just gonna put it in chat. Like, I'm confident and I know it's gonna work. And if Nelson fails, we'll just see him fail. But it's like, I wonder if this work. I wonder if this works in Webflow. I'm gonna tell Nelson to do it live and let him embarrass himself when it doesn't work and be like, "Oh, I was just making that up, anyways." Oh man, thank you, A-Cut. See, I am the baby goat. I am just learning. All right. So we have a whole 45 minutes. What do you want to do? What do you want to like this is this is your time. Let's play. What else can we do? Any sites do you want me to review? Anything else you want me to try? I'm looking. Wow, no other questions. Okay. No worries. We can have a chill stream. Ezekiel, I hope I can be as dope as A-Cut one day. Agreed. I mean, to have that confidence to tell a live streamer, do this! I assure you it'll work. If it doesn't, I just made it up. Well, that was fun. That was fun. Like a small little animation. It's actually pretty tough to do. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, and again, if you have a idea for the next stream topic, you let me know. pxlgk.com/ideas. What's coming up for the other two next streams? So next Saturday, no stream. Again, it's going to be a private mentoring session with the Pixel Geek members. So that's February 20th. February 27th, we're going to go back to Webflow sliders, and I will show you how to make it vertical. Because right now, Webflow sliders, you can only do it left and right. How do you do it vertically? How do you make them vertical? And then, yeah, as I say that though, I'm like, oh man, I think it's kind of hard, but I'll figure it out. And then March 6th, I'll show you how to create 4 different scrolling animations as seen on steezy.co. So these are some of the ideas that either a supporter has suggested or me and Jake came up with. I forget. But yeah. It could, as soon as I make an animation which supports div as example flexbox to grid animation. Let's see here. Ezekiel, okay, you have a question. What do you recommend for getting Google reviews? Probably just manual entry CMS. Getting Google reviews to show, I'm guessing on your Webflow collection list pages? Google reviews. Didn't someone in the Webflow community make something already? Webflow Google reviews widget. Oh, wait, Elf site. Yeah. Webflow Google reviews widget. So you go to that and oh, look at that. Price is $0 a month. Okay. It's free. Yeah. This seems like it. Where can I install it? New page. How do I set it up? Okay. Okay, it's a code snippet. How do you get a 14-day refund guarantee on $0 a month? I haven't used Elfsight, so okay. They even have a video about it. My guess is it's just a that's cool. Oh, you can check out what it looks like. Yeah, my guess is that it's just a code snippet and you set up the styles inside of Elfsight and then you copy the code and then paste it into your Webflow site. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is happening. $14-day money back guarantee, risk free, cancel anytime. Okay, if it's $0 a month, there has to be a catch. There has to be a catch. Hold on. Hold on. What? Upgrade your site without coding. Cool. Love it. Sign up for free. Okay, there has to be a catch. Come on. There it is. I clicked on Elf site pricing. Let's see here. 0. Okay, so I have to have one website, 200 views. All right, so that's what I'm talking about. You can't use someone's service for free. There's no such thing as free ever, especially when you're like pinging an API, especially a Google API. You know, Google is not free. So, yeah, 200 views. So if you have a small site or you're just starting out, then there you go. And then $5 a month, 10, 25. So not too bad if like. Oh, that's for single app. Ah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. But if you want all the packs, or all the apps, then it's 15, 30, 75. Yeah. Cool. What widgets does it? Whoa. Jeez. That's a drop down. That's a drop down menu. Oh, SEO. That's what it is. This is SEO in front of your face. Right. But it has a lot of stuff. Background music. Wait, audio player. Wouldn't it be cool if you can feed any audio in? Okay, responsive audio player. But how do you put music inside of it? I'm interested. Sorry, I'm going off topic and all this stuff. But you got me into one thing. Let's see here. Art says you use it all the time. Oh, okay. Okay. Penny, Google doesn't make it easy to pull in reviews. Elf site is easy to use with flexible layouts. Okay. Yeah. I've never used Elf site, but live demo. Let's see here. Reveal high player info. Okay. Multiple sources. Oh, okay. SoundCloud. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Or even, self-hosted, local, or streaming audio. In addition, the widget supports sources from Google. What? Okay. You can pull audio from here because, like, what if you want to do your own, like, podcast thing or something like that, right? But you want to pull it from you want to put it inside of Webflow collections. So you can host your podcast MP3 in Dropbox and then get that URL from Dropbox and put it into Webflow collections and then put that Webflow collection URL inside of this audio player and boom, podcast. Custom. Interesting. Yeah, Elf site. I may want to use this more. Cool. Sorry we took a detour, but I mean, Nelson, that's literally a scam. you can do that with HTML. Well, I mean, without coding, like you can do a lot if you know how to code. You can do a lot if you know how to set up servers. You can do a lot if you can create your own API and do all these things. But the part of the no code community is lowering, or the mission of the whole no code movement is lowering the barrier to entry. I don't want to code. I don't want to code for the rest of my life. All right. I want things to be more streamlined so that way I can move on with my idea rather than having to figure out how do I code everything from scratch. Yeah, it could. Yeah, HTML audio tag, simple. I get that. Yeah, but you cannot style that in Webflow. And if you want to add a play pause button, if you want to make some sort of interaction on hover, if you want to make a playlist, make it shuffle, make it pull from different sources, you want to do more than just showing an HTML audio tag, you have to code that as far as right now. But with Elfsight, right, what I'm looking at with the whole audio player, yeah, I'm down for that. But yeah, lowering the barrier to entry is what the no code movement's all about. No code and low, LOW, low code. Cool. You can also, yeah. All right. Should we end it early? I don't see any other questions. Any other? Yeah, I don't see much going on in the live chat. But yeah, we learned a couple things today. So we learned the customizing of the blog post list. We learned how to do interaction plus custom CSS code, and I'll share the code in the YouTube description after this. But yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else that you want me to do, Nelson, if I make a better Webflow than the current one, would you switch? That's gonna be tough, man. I've put 9 years since 2013, so over 8 years into this platform. I'm interested in other. I am platform agnostic because, like, I used to be like, oh, Microsoft front page is the end all be all. Yes. Oh, what's this, Dreamweaver? I totally remember when I was applying for jobs and I got a call from an employer, and they said, what do you use? I'm like, Microsoft front page. This person literally said, call us back when you learn Dreamweaver. Click. And I was like, what's Dreamweaver? What am I missing? And so I went on to learn Dreamweaver, and then I was like, oh, breath of fresh air. This end all be all. Next thing you know, no, it's not. Sublime Text was the next thing. WordPress was the thing. Webflow right now is my thing. But if you could make something that can make not only making websites more fun, but make it in a way that enriches people's lives. Because to me, web design is not just about making websites. That's not what makes the web beautiful. It's all of the processes and all of the failures and successes and all the learning opportunities that you need to go through that makes the web beautiful. And getting help from so many different people and just enjoying the process together. So when I work on client projects, I'm not just like, okay, give me your Figma file. Okay, let me build. No, my first interaction with a client, I have to get on a video call with them because I want to sense their vibe. If they are a cool person, then I want to help them as much as I can. And so we get on a video call, and then after that, I tell them my process. I say, hey, I want to make sure that you're taken care of to the point where I hand off the project to you. Like I do a site transfer. I don't keep any client sites on my account. I give it to them. But with that, I give them tutorial videos to explain how to maintain their site without breaking it. But more importantly, I make sure that with the class names, the element structure, and the collection list or the Webflow collection structure, I always put myself in their shoes and say, how can I make it so easy for the client to maintain their site so that they don't have to call me? If clients call me asking, hey, how do I fix this? Or like, oh my gosh, I broke something. That is when I know I have failed. There shouldn't ever be a moment where someone who's focusing on their nonprofit or their small business or their medium-sized business, they're like, oh my God, I have to make a new blog post, or I have to change something on the website. And then they get this anxiety and it becomes a chore and they're scared. And then they want to maintain their site because they know they have to, but they're scared of it. That is what I'm trying to solve. There shouldn't be any anxiety. I want them to get into their site, fix it, and move on with their day, because their time is super valuable for their business. And when they have more time to focus on their business, that means that their customers are happier because they can serve them with all the time they've saved with a more streamlined site. And so if I save my clients' time, they save their clients' time, and to me, that makes the web beautiful, because that website is doing what it's supposed to do, and everyone saves time and gets to focus on what they love to do. Okay, off my soapbox. Whew. Ezekiel, quick question. Considering switching this site, WordPress, WooCommerce, over to Webflow e-commerce, think it would be a good application for Webflow e-commerce? No worries if you don't have enough time today. It depends. Again, Webflow e-commerce is still relatively new to the game. WooCommerce, how old is that? Shopify, how old is that? Squarespace, how old is that? So Webflow has features, but it doesn't have it all. And the team is working on making it better. I mean, when did Webflow e-commerce start? So a lot of people have been in the game for a long time. Hold on, I'm getting messages. Ezekiel, thanks for the coffee. You rock. Thank you so much. So it depends on what the current site needs. Does it need monthly, weekly, yearly subscriptions or something? Are you selling a subscription box? Webflow e-commerce cannot do subscriptions. Are you selling physical things like shoes, shirt, apparel? You're selling coffee cups? Webflow can do that. Webflow e-commerce can do that. You're selling digital downloads like digital art or something like that? Yes, Webflow can do that. Or PDFs of something like ebooks. Yeah, Webflow can do that. So it all depends on what you need. Webflow e-commerce does not have member accounts, kind of like a Amazon, where you can log in and see your current orders, what's the status of your orders, or a history of your orders so you can get your receipts and whatnot. Webflow doesn't have that, but they are working on the membership part. I don't know if that's part of the e-commerce, but again, if I did, I can't tell you. Anyways, I just know that the marketing team has said that we're making user accounts in Webflow. But if you need something right now, Snipcart, you can bypass Webflow e-commerce and just go straight to Snipcart and embed that into Webflow. And that has user accounts and abandoned carts, and it has a CRM inside of it. So check that out. I made a YouTube intro video about it. It was our second sponsored video. Or was it first? Yeah, ever on this channel. So check that out. Brian Fitch, good morning. Yeah, we're just chilling now. But we're just Q&A right now. Claudia, okay, if you want subscription, do you know of an integration for that? If you're doing subscriptions, do what a lot of people are doing right now. Memberstack.com. That's what I'm using for my Pixel Geek community. You can take membership subscriptions, but that doesn't, I don't think that ties into any fulfillment. But yeah, check out Snipcart. Yeah, my pleasure, Heather, and welcome to the stream. Yeah. A good idea what we can do. Show an inspect tool, Google Insight for page optimization. Okay, go for it. Let's see here. Anything else? All right. Checking chat. Nothing else. Jake, what do you think? Should we end it? Or do you have any questions? Let me see here. Let me check my list of... Okay, so again, future ideas for live streams. I have a survey. Just fill it out at pxlgk.com/ideas. Join the community at pixelgeek.community. And we'll just end the stream here. Yeah, all right. Wait, why are you laughing, Jake? I'm good? Okay, cool. We'll end it. Thank you all so much. You all rock. Thanks again to Ezekiel and Jose for the coffee. Cheers, my friends. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. All right, February 27th is the next stream. If you want to be in next Saturday's mentoring session, group mentoring session, I will be here for you. I'll send you a link to it if in the Pixel Geek community chat board. But other than that, thank you all so much. Let's go ahead and close out music. Where you at? Press play. Here we go. Throw that up to 10%, 16%. Is it working? I need like a sound engineer to just do the sound for me. Where they're just taking over the... Like, they have the whole deck and they have like the volume sliders. Whatever. Because that's what I'm doing right now with Wavelink. Anyways, thank you all so much for being here. And if this is your first time being on the stream, welcome. I hope to see you next time, February 27th. These streams happen every Saturday at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time. If you want to join the community, oh, I already said that. Yeah, but what we do on this stream is no code stuff, usually Webflow. But I will see you next time, and as always, make the web beautiful together. See ya.